is a former NBA veteran, played in 2 NBA finals now, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst, Kerry Kittles. Kerry, what's up,
Kerry.
man?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hey, first things first, we were just saying it's about time to get you some theme music for when you come on. So what's your request? Antonio Daniels requested Every Day I'm Hustling by Rick Ross.
That's a good one.
Yep. Yeah, so what Eddie House requests?
I got to think about that. I'll let you guys know.
All right, text
put in
me.
my request soon.
Text me before next week, and we'll get it ready for next week.
Appreciate it.
But we were just talking about, and Rob has the opinion that the Lakers, regardless of what the doctors say or AD says, the Lakers just shouldn't play Anthony Davis tomorrow because he's, they don't want to injure something else. He overcompensates. And all of that.
They got a lot in Kerry already. Like, he's the future. They signed him to a 5-year contract. You don't want this guy to get seriously hurt. He has a tendency of being hurt. And I don't know how effective he's going to be, with what he has. A knee, a groin, the Achilles. I wouldn't risk it if I was the Lakers. I'm serious. How about
where you at on it?
Well, to me, I think it's a little bit different than the KD situation right in Golden State. I think it's, I had the groin injuries before, and I don't think they're that career-threatening if you were to play and re-aggravate the area. And so I would give it a go, see how he feels. Once you get warmed up and your adrenaline starts pumping, those types of nagging injuries, hamstrings, groins, sore backs, those tend to kind of fade as you're playing on him more. And if he kind of slightly strains it and it really hurts and he can't finish the game, then fine, you have a seat and let the guys try and give it a go. But I don't see why, if the doctor just clear you, I don't see why you wouldn't give it a go.
Well, so here's my point.
For a groin injury, no.
Let me follow up on that. Okay, so I hear you on the groin.
I agreed with you, Kerry. That was my counter.
Yeah, but here's my point though: is that he's already said, I'll play if the doctors clear me. Like he's already, you're talking about playing on a groin, you've done it. He shouldn't even have to say that whether he's going to play or not or give it a go. But it sounds like he's already trying to, take the burden off of him in case he doesn't play so that he wouldn't be blamed for it. Are you surprised that he's announced that the doctors are going to have to clear him?
Yes and no. I would say for a 10-year vet who understands the media and understands what people would like to hear from you as a superstar in the NBA and how that comes across, you didn't want to send those messages out, those mixed signals to your fan base. But listen, Anthony Davis did 1 year in college. In college, most of us learn how to deal with this stuff on a day-to-day basis when you have 2-hour practices. He did 1 year in college and into the pros. And so I'm not making any excuses, but I'm just saying that he doesn't really understand how that comes across. And so, therefore, he's lending it up to the doctors and he's pushing blame there in case he can't go. So, listen, if I were his partner, his friend, confidant, I would say, listen, go out there, give it a go. Right, suck it up. If it's really bothering you, then have a seat. Don't put it on the doctor to make a decision whether you can play or you can't play.
Kerry, with Joel Embiid, let's move to the East, and obviously Embiid's out tonight with a slight tear, they're saying, of his right meniscus. And ever since it happened, I've been thinking about what you've kind of been pushing all year long, is that, the way the game is played now, that's a big part of why guys are getting injured or really can't play 82 games, or at least it's hard for them to play 82. A big guy like Embiid, who's not just tall like a Kevin Durant or even an Anthony Davis, he's huge. He's a lot of weight and all that. Do you think that, and he plays on the perimeter a lot, he's got moves, he does all that stuff. Do you think that plays a part or a significant part in why he consistently gets injured? The fact that he basically plays like a perimeter guy and is cutting and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a while. This modern game that we're watching now, it's transformed in such a fast-paced game. It's not suited for 7-footers. It's not really suited for 6'10" guys. Really, if you're 6'10", you better be slender. If you're 6'10" and above, you better be slender. And, Jokic is tall, but he's young, so I think his body can hold up. We'll see over time.
He doesn't move that, you know what I mean? He's just slow. And
Correct. But these more athletic guys that they make these quick change direction moves. Some of them are very, very vertical. They're leaving the ground a lot. This game is just not suited for that. And, I don't know what the answer is, right? I mean, they're arresting these guys. They don't practice anymore. They have all these doctors and these hands on them on a daily basis, these medical protocols, these vitamins, as they call it, right? And they're still getting injured, and they're still having to sit and rest. I don't know, guys. I mean, so Embiid, you having meniscus tears, that's concerning for a guy his size and what he's going to be called to do against the Wizards who are running up and down the court. I don't know, man.
Well, I'm going to ask you a two-part question. One, if you were, say you worked for the Sixers, would your advice be like, look, if we want Joel Embiid to be healthy for several years going forward, we need to start playing him down low like most of the time. Maybe not entirely exclusively, but he's got to play on the block like more of a traditional big man because he's not going to last out here playing like a small forward or even a two guard. And that's number one. Secondly, you still talk to people around the league, some of the teams and all that. Are you unique in your viewpoint, or do a lot of people feel the way you feel about, these guys, especially the big husky guys, can't handle the wear and tear that's on them now from the game?
Most of the people I've talked to, I'll answer the second question first. Most of the people I've talked to across the NBA feel as though the league doesn't necessarily care if bigs can play in today's modern game. If they can play, great. If not, no, we're fine. We're okay with seeing teams go small. Like we're Brooklyn playing 6'3" Bruce Brown as a pick and roll guy. So I don't think they care about bigs that much anymore. They're moving past that. They want to have an exciting, fast-paced game, and whoever can play in that game can play in that game. Right. So the first question with Embiid going back down low, I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer. Right. He's got to play defense. Right. Are they going to switch on defense? Or are they going to have a different coverage on ball screens with him? You're seeing it now where everyone's just switching everything, and you're seeing these big guys try to guard these little guards. 27 feet from the basket. That's crazy. And or all this court space. But yeah, I would love to see him playing more on the basket on offense and be effective and still, have his impact on the game be the same. But I mean, I don't know. It may hurt other players, especially Ben Simmons, who likes to slash, and now you have other defenders near the rim.